Good day everyone, this is Regine Flores and our report is about rainwater harvesting system. So when we say rainwater harvesting, it is collecting the runoff from a structure or other impervious surface in order to store it for later use. Traditionally, this involves harvesting the rain from a roof. The rain will collect in gutters that channel the water into downspouts and then into some sort of storage vessel. Rainwater collection systems can be as simple as collecting rain in a rain bottle or as elaborate as harvesting rainwater into large cisterns to supply your entire household demand. The idea of rainwater harvesting usually conjures up images of an old farm cistern or thoughts of developing countries. The reality is that rainwater harvesting is becoming a viable alternative for supplying our households and businesses with water. It's not just for the farm anymore. The collection of rainwater is known by many names throughout the world. It ranges from rainwater collection to rainwater harvesting to rainwater catchment. In addition, terms such as roof water collection or rooftop water collection is also used in other countries. We believe that rainwater harvesting is a viable technology in an urban setting. All that is necessary to take advantage of this resource is to capture the free water falling in your roof and direct it to the rainwater storage tank. By doing this, you can take control of your water supply and replace all or at least a substantial portion of your water needs. Rainwater harvesting systems can be configured to supply your whole house and your landscape needs.
Perwisyo at pinsala ang dinulot ng tuloy-tuloy na pag-ulan kanina. Pero para sa isang inventor ay pwede ring mapakinabangan ng malaki ang pakinabang ng tubig mula sa ulan.
Rainwater harvesting from rooftop catchment. Based sa research, ito ay ginagawa na more than 4,000 years. Ito ay ginagawa para makaipon ng tubig at magamit ng maayos kapag kinakailangan. Sabi nga ni Secretary William Dar, noong September 20, 2019, yung Philippines annually receive about 2,400 millimeters of rainfall. Pero ang na-harvest lang natin ay 6% sa rainfall na yon. Samantalang sa India has only an average of 700 millimeter of rain. Pero nakaka-harvest sila ng 60% ng rainfall. Kaya paano nga ba tayo makakapag-imbak ng tubig through the roof? A rainwater harvesting system consists of three basic elements: a collection area, a conveyance system, and storage facilities. A collection area, in most cases, is the roof of a house or a building. Para maka-imbak ng tubig, magsisimula muna ito sa pagkokolekt sa bubong kapag umuulan. Pagkatapos sa roof, susunod naman is yung conveyance system. Usually consists of gutters or pipes that deliver rainfall falling on the rooftop to cisterns or other storage. So dito, ang kailangang materials naman na gagamitin is wood, plastic, aluminum, or fiberglass para maiwasan yung maapektuhan yung tubig. Lastly, the water ultimately is stored in a storage tank or cistern. Na kailangan constructed naman siya ng reinforced concrete, fiberglass, or stainless steel. So yung storage tank ng rainwater harvesting system is pwedeng constructed as part siya ng building or ng bahay o kaya naman ay built as a separate unit. The main sources of external contamination are pollution from the air, bird and animal droppings, and insect. So, yung mga bacterial contamination na yan ay mami-minimize kapag napanatili natin na yung roof surface ay malinis. But, syempre, hindi naman 100% na malinis. Kapag yung tubig ay gagamitin sa drinking purposes, kailangan mapiltrate yun, o kaya naman i-disinfect, lagyan ng chlorine, o kaya naman ay pakuluan muna. At higit sa lahat, kapag tama yung materials na ginamit during the construction of the system. So, ito yung mga kailangang maintenance na gawin para i-consider sa operation ng rainwater harvesting system. The storage tank should be checked and cleaned periodically. Kailangan lahat ng tank na pinag-iimbakan is kailangan linisin. Pwedeng i-scrub o kaya naman ay lagyan ng chlorine. Care should be taken to keep rainfall collection surfaces covered. So, kailangan lahat ng tangke natin is may mga takip para mabawasan yung pagkakaroon ng mga mosquitoes or other pests, gaya ng pagkakaroon ng itlog ng butiki o kaya itlog ng mga palaka. So, kailangan natin ingatan na mapasukan ng ganun yung mga tangke. Kasi nga, kapag hindi mo na lagyan ng takip, pwedeng kapag marami ng mga pesteng ganun sa loob, may masasayang pa yung tubig na naipon mo. Gaya ng sinabi ko kanina, chlorination of the cisterns or storage tanks is necessary if the water is to be used for drinking and domestic use. Kung iinumin, kailangan pakuluin muna bago inumin. Pati yung mga gutters and downpipes kailangan ding ma-inspect at malinis. Siyempre, yun yung nagiging daan ng mga tubig para mapunta sa tangke. Kaya kailangan ma-maintain din natin yung kalinisan ng mga pipes and gutters. Advantage ng rainwater harvesting system. Una, pwede itong maging source ng tubig kapag kailangan. Ito ay owner-operated and managed. Pangalawa, it provides an essential reserve in times of emergency, particularly during natural disasters. Kapag nawalan ng supply yung public na tubig, kailangan pwede itong gamitin. Pwede ka pang mag-share at makatulong sa nangangailangan. Yung construction ng rooftop rainwater catchment system ay simple lang at local people can easily be trained to build one. Minimizing its cost kasi nga pwede namang gawin lang ito kapag nagpagawa ng bahay. So kapag hindi kayang mag-provide ng mga tangke, pwede namang gumamit ng maliit na tangke lang o kaya drum, ganun. Pansamantala, drum muna. Kapag meron ng pambili, edi yun, pwede na yun. Kasi dito naman sa probinsya, kadalasan nag-iimbak ng tubig sa mga drum, pang hugas ng pinggan, ganun, pang dilig-dilig sa mga halaman. Ang disadvantage naman ng rainwater harvesting system is, saka lang tayo nakaka-imbak ng tubig, syempre kapag may ulan. Umaasa tayo sa lakas ng ulan at maaaring hindi siya magamit kapag walang ulan or kung dry season. Low storage capacities will limit rainwater harvesting so that the system may not be able to provide water in a low rainfall period. Siyempre dito, kapag maliit yung storage ng tubig mo, onti lang yung maiipon mo. Cisterns and the storage tank can be unsafe for small children if proper access protection is not provided. Delikado talaga lalo na kapag malalim yung balon, kaya kailangang protektahan yung mga maliliit na bata para walang aksidenteng maganap. Kapag napabayaan yung mga tangke or yung mga gutter, posibleng makontaminate yung tubig ng mga animal waste, kagaya ng mga sinabi ko kanina, yung mga peste. At uli, kapag hindi na maintenance ng maayos yung tangke or yung mga gutter, yun nga yung pwedeng magkaroon ng health risk.
Good day everyone, I'm Maria Cristin Sagandal, the reporter for this day. My report is all about the rainwater harvesting system from parking spaces. Before we proceed, alamin muna natin kung ano nga ba ang parking space. A parking space, parking place, or parking spot is a location that is designated for parking, either paved or unpaved. It can be a parking garage, in a parking lot, or a city street. Ang parking space ay isang daan na kung saan pumaparada ang mga sasakyan katulad na lamang ng kotse, motor at iba pang transportasyon. Ito rin ay nakikita natin sa ating lugar katulad na lang sa mall, school, public market at iba pa. The benefit of rainwater harvesting is to reduce stormwater runoff and associated negative impact of flood on downstream water quality in highly urbanized areas. Ang sinasabi lang dito na ang rainwater harvesting system ay nakakatulong upang mabawasan ang pag-agos ng tubig baha dahil sa malakas na ulan dulot ng bagyo. Next is helps with water conservation and reduces demand on public water supply. Nakakatulong ito upang makatipid ng tubig at mabawasan ang pangangailangan sa pampublikong supply ng tubig. Next is prepare for times of drought. At kung dumating man ang araw ng tagtuyot ay makakatulong ang rainwater harvesting sa pangangailangan sa tubig. Harvesting rainwater helps by slowly releasing water back into the ground. Dahil nga sa rainwater harvesting system na kung saan ito ay ang sumasalat ng tubig na dumadaloy pababa patungo sa isang tangke or storage na nakakatulong upang bumalik ito patungo sa lupa. Last is stormwater can trickle from parking lots and enter a storm drain that flow to the local waterway. Ito rin ay nakakatulong upang makuha ang langis na galing sa isang parking lot na makikita natin ang itsura sa picture. Sa kadahilanan na dito pumaparada ang mga sasakyan na nagiging dahilan kung bakit nagkakaroon ng langis at ito'y dumadaloy patungo sa isang drainage or a local waterway. And it may contribute significant to stormwater pollution. Rainwater harvesting from parking spaces. A sunken water harvesting tree, basin, or island within a parking lot, freely harvesting parking lot runoff to grow more shade to cool the parking lot and surrounding area. Ang water harvesting or rainwater harvesting ay ang pagdaloy ng tubig, ulan galing sa parking lot patungo sa creek basin na nakakatulong upang magkaroon ng lilim at lumamig sa parking lot at iba pang nakapaligid dito. Parking lot runoff is directed perimeter swale to freely irrigate native trees and other vegetation.
Yung runoff sa parking lots ay nakadesign at directly connected sa parameters wheel para matubigan yung mga halaman sa paligid. Sa sample picture, makikita natin yung purpose ng system ng pagkakaroon ng vegetation sa paligid ng parking lot at bus stop ay para magsilbing lilim sa mga pedestrian or passengers. When the runoff is placed directly in the planting area, there is enough water for the plants to provide native shade of building, especially the parking lot. This basin is unique in that it has no concrete curve which reduce cost and materials consumed. Sa sample picture, makikita natin na hindi solid or concrete yung design ng curve, kaya mababawasan sa cost ng material kapag ito ang design na sinusunod or ginagamit. Sa ganitong design, kinakailangan yung mga concrete bars para magsilbing stopper sa mga sasakyan, para hindi magtuloy sa area ng basin. Sa picture, makikita natin yung red and blue lines. Blue arrows donated the direct of water flow, while red lines donated how much the basin could have been expanded to harvest more water.
Does your lawn require a lot of attention and water to maintain? Are you tired of your high water bills or your vegetable garden dying from lack of enough water? Or are you looking for a way to be more sustainable and environmentally friendly? Then a landscaping project that involves rainwater harvesting is for you. Harvesting rainwater in a specific area can be simple and highly beneficial. There are three main areas to be concerned about, and these are the collection area, the transportation area, and the storage area. Once all of these areas are addressed, the rainwater can be utilized using either above or underground system. For the collection area, rainwater can be collected from any area that it doesn't directly hit and soak into the ground. This includes roofs of houses, sheds or other buildings, awnings, hanging and spread out troughs. For the transportation area consists of rain gutters and downspouts. The transportation area can be made of metal or plastic and simply needs to be large enough to carry the water to the storage area in an effective manner. It should also include a filter at the top of the downspouts. Without this filter, there is the risk of the downspouts becoming clogged with leaves or other debris, greatly reducing the amount of water or rainwater that can be collected. For the storage area is the container or the containers where the rainwater is stored until it is needed during the dry times. The container can be a buried cistern, a plastic barrel designed for rainwater storage, a repurposed container such as large plastic chest or garbage cans, or hand-built. Barrels should be placed below the downspouts. For a gravity pressurized system, raise the barrels higher off the ground using cinder blocks or other material. Try to place at least one rain barrel under the downspouts closest to the garden or area needing the most watering. Since the containers only hold so much, there is a limited capacity for storage of rainwater. A piece of water hose can be used to connect containers for more storage. In using the rainwater, the easiest way to utilize the harvested rainwater is to attach a water hose at the base of the container and attach a sprinkler, drip soaker hose, or other attachment to the hose. A timer can also be attached to automate the lawn watering. A more sophisticated system can be built using a sump pump and PCV pipe or flexible block pipe. It's advised to first sketch out the underground irrigation system before digging narrow trenches and installing the pipe with sprinkle heads. Instead of wasting water and money, just take the free water from the sky to nourish your lawn and garden. It's clear that people have been adopting more environmentally conscious landscaping ideas over recent years, and one of the most common trends is the collection of rainwater. Every summer, outdoor garden activities and principally lawn watering typically require about 40% of a household's water use, which is extraordinary. When you think about it, in addition, the rise in our water bills can certainly become noticeable, which is why many more people are turning to collecting rainwater to reuse and therefore minimize wastage from runoff. There are benefits in using rainwater. These benefits includes reduced runoff, reducing erosion issues caused by dripping water, reduces the impact on local watershed and conserve precious water resources. Conserving water means saving money. Furthermore, rainwater is clean and typically free of any harmful minerals or contaminants. It also doesn't contain chlorine or fluoride, so it is safer for plants. Harvesting rainwater is particularly beneficial in areas that have water restrictions or extreme rain drought cycles. There are the different methods to collect rainwater. First is the rain barrels or butts. This method is the most common and one that many people are familiar with, which involves installing a barrel at a gutter downspouts to collect rainwater. The actual barrel may be new or recycled but is typically 55-gallon food-grade plastic. Alternatively, they can be made from materials like glazed ceramic or wood. If your doesn't run to a new rain barrel or large decorative vessel, you can utilize an old bin or other large container and disguise it. As long as it holds water, it will work. You can buy covers or get creative yourself. Think about using old wood planks, bamboo scraping, rope, sisal matting, or good old-fashioned paint. So the pros in using rain barrels is it is easily implemented, barrels are readily available, don't take up so much space, so they can fill into any situation. The cons in using rain barrels is that the capacity is generally only 50 to 100 gallons, so it easily overflows and wastes collections of opportunities. Next method is the dry system, a variation on a rain barrel setup, but it involves a larger storage volume. Essentially, the collection pipe or dries after each rain event since it implies directly into the top of the tank. The pros in using dry system is that it can store a large amount of rainwater, it can be inexpensive to implement, less complicated system, so maintenance is easier, and the cons are the storage tank must be located next to your house. Next method is the wet system. This method involves locating the collection pipes underground in order to connect multiple downspouts from different gutter. The rainwater will fill the tank. The downspouts and underground collection piping must have watertight connections. The elevation of the tank inlet must be below the lowest gutter on the house. The pros in using wet system is that the ability to collect from the or from your entire collection surface. Collect from your multiple gutters and downspouts. Tank can be collected away from your house or can be located away from your house. The cons in using the wet system, it is more expensive to implement due to underground piping. The next method is the rain chains. Rain chains are a more decorative alternative to traditional metal or plastic downspouts and come in a wide variety of styles. Essentially, they all have the same purpose of directing rainwater from your roof gutters to the ground or into the tank or a storage vessel. Rain chains or kusaridoy or chain gutter was originated in Japan in the 1600s and have adorned houses and temples for hundreds of years. Many shops and online retailers carry rain chains, but they also simple to make at home. Different objects from plant pots, industrial chain, cutlery, stones, and other recycled household items can be put to use as long as it forms a continuous gravitational flow. It will do the job. Next method is the ultimate solution or the underground tanks. Unfortunately, the sad truth is that however many barrels or butts we use to harvest rainwater from the roofs of our homes, garage, and sheds, we can never hope to collect and store enough to water our lawns. There is a solution available though. If you are prepared to invest in an underground rainwater harvesting system, this opens up all sorts of possibilities, including automated irrigation for your lawn and garden. In harvesting the rainwater is collected either via the downpipes of your guttering or the property's underground stormwater drainage pipes. In both cases, the water is filtered and this can be done to a very fine degree. Preferably, this filtering mesh should be less than 1 mm or 1000 microns to ensure the minimum of debris reaching the tank. Leaf guards are also available for those properties which are surrounded by a lot of trees. Next is the tank itself, usually a one-piece design and is normally constructed from either high-density polyethylene or GRP fiberglass. It is usually buried up to 1.2 meters under the ground and encased in either compacted stone or concrete. The tank is accessed from the ground via an inspection cover for maintenance purposes, though in most cases, once an underground tank is installed, it needs very little human interference. The tanks usually include an emergency mains, water inlet, and float switch to make sure that the tank never runs dry and protect the pump which drives the water onto the irrigation pipes. This pump can be operated on demand or controlled by a timer. Many of the systems are highly sophisticated, offering fine monitoring and control over the tank and its precious contents. These systems can be highly effective in helping to recycle rainwater for uses way above and beyond the lawn or garden. A pressurized outlet pipe can take the water from the underground tank not only to an outside tap but inside the home too. Here, it can be used by any of your domestic appliances and double uses.